Good morning, everyone. Today we're back with Henry Reed Inc. by Kate Robertson. Illustrated by Robert McCoxey. Last time we finished at page 48. Let's continue. She started laughing like an idiot again. I don't know what about, since her remark didn't even make any sense. I climbed down the ladder and put my can of paint and brush on a box. I sharpened my pencil and started toward the ladder again. I could also contribute a pair of rabbits, she said. We could raise rabbits, and they use a lot of rabbits in research to test the serum and drugs and feeds and things like that. I thought this over for a minute. I've never had any rabbits before, but we have never lived any place where there was room enough. What kind of rabbits? I asked. Chickens, Mitch said. They're great, big white rabbits with black spots. That might not be a bad idea, I said, to have a few rabbits. You could just make that Reed and glass ink, she said, and pointing up at my sign. I had just finished printing my word, Henry Reed, and I didn't care much about the idea of changing my sign before it was half finished. Let's see the rabbit first, I suggested. She led the way across the street to a big white frame house, which sat well back from the road. I went to look around the garden and through a hedge to a small bar, and there was a pen. Attached to one end of the pen was a tiny wooden house with a trapper food. Only one rabbit was in sight. It was out in the pen, nibbling away at the pot of carrot. That's Matilda, Midge said. Matilda was an enormous rabbit. There was a small wire gate on the top of the pen. I opened this, reached in and picked her, and was as strong, as wiry as a wildcat. The minute I lifted her off the ground, she started kicking like a mule, and starting and about the third or fourth kick, she made several deep scratches in my wrist. I let her drop down back in the pen. She seemed healthy, all right. I leaned down and tried to look in the little house, but it was too dark inside to see anything. How do you get him to come out of the house? I asked. Oh, Daddy is not in the house, Mid explained. He's over there by the barn. By my barn? Yes, he got loose and I was trying to catch him. That's how I happened to be over there. Look, we can chase Matilda into the house and slit the door shut. Then you can detach the house from the pen, and we can haul them over there on the wagon. We're going to keep everything at the research center, aren't we? Just a minute. The agreement was for 2 rabbits, I said, not 1. Well, I've got 2 rabbits. All we have to do is scratch the other one. All right. When we catch the other one, I'll paint your name on the barn, I said. Until we do catch him, it's going to say Henry Reed Inc. Okay, Midge agreed. It's a temporary partnership until we catch Jidea. But you have to help me catch him. It shouldn't be too difficult to catch a rabbit, I said. No, it shouldn't. All you have to do is not him, then the rabbit. She thought that was funny and started laughing again. But I didn't even smile. If one expects him to be the head of the successful brand, he was to be dignified. We got Midge swacking and counted the pen over on a first trip, and the house with the rabbit inside the second. Then we went back for the 2 crooks, and she used her food and water, and for a big pail full rabbit food. That like a little tiny dog biscuits. While Midge got the rabbit pen all set up I went back to the side. I finished painting the words pure and applied research and then climbed down from the ladder. That looks pretty good, Mitch said approvingly. Are you going to say anything else? Maybe later, when I figure out something to say. Now let's catch the other rabbit. Did you see where he went? When I first came over, there he was, back there by the old lilac bush, Mitch said, pointing. He's probably still around and somewhere. Agony had been trotting back and forth with us as we brought over the rabbit and the pen. He got sort of excited when he first saw the rabbit, but after he made about 25 circles around the wire pen and saw that he couldn't possibly get in, he gave up in disgust. However, since he was a rabbit dog, I figured that he would probably take off if he saw a loose rabbit and chase it into the next county. I had his latch in my pocket, so I tied him up to the corner of the barn, which he didn't like very much. And then Midge and I went to take a lilac bush. We hunted for about 5 minutes, and then I spotted the rabbit sitting calmly in a sort of half nest in the tall green grass, watching us and chewing away contentedly. Let me have the net, I said to Mitch. I sneaked around in the back of the rabbit and crept up very quietly and slowly. Finally, just when I was within 3 feet, he gave a hop forward. I made a lunge and missed him by about 3 inches. But that was bad enough, and the rabbit wasn't scared at all. He hopped off lazily toward the trees as if he wasn't really worried about our catching him. I almost had him, I said. Midge shook her head. He always lets you get within a few inches of him. I think he likes to tease people. How long has the rabbit been loose? I asked suspiciously. Oh, about 6 weeks, Mitch replied. 6 weeks, I yelled. Why is he practically a wild rabbit? No, he isn't. Wild rabbits are brown. You know what I mean? I said disgustedly. That's not very honest, buying your way into a farm with 2 rabbits, one of which you can catch. I probably could have caught him, Manager explained, if it hadn't been for the apples. What apples? I asked. The sour apples, Manager replied. They're the people that live in the red brick house next to the door. There are a lot of them. They're spiteful and ornery. That's what's got to do with the rabbit. Well, the rabbit has been over here most of the time since the day he got loose. This little brook at the back of your place. I suppose he gets water there, and of course there's plenty of grass and things to eat. I've been over here dozens of times trying to catch him, but every time I start chasing him, he hops through the hedge into the apple's property. Mr. Apple won't let anyone put foot on his land. He starts yelling and threatening the moment you even get near. Once I chased the rabbits all the way around his garage and complained to my mother. He kicked out an awful fuss, and so my mother has to forbid me to even go near his place. What a horrible man. Why is he so ornery? I asked. I don't know, the maid replied. Maybe he's just naturally mean, or maybe he's trying to hide something. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a whole lot of bodies buried over there. That would be a good research project to find out who he's murdered or what he's hiding. I think we'll leave it there for another read there. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye. Hope you enjoy it.